with the wild growth, and he can just run through teams and shoot them up late game. If we see Orianna here from Ozoreveki, it will be a full send composition. And I would expect a Galio there as well, so the Kai'Sa can kind of fit in. We'll see. Well, I'm excited for that.
Well, TJ, if it were NA, we would run Sona Seraphine
Don't
with this.
start.
Come on, man.
Disappointed enough in you, Rafa. Wukong jungle.
TJ.
Good lord.
TJ, don't act like my dad.
It's a bit. I'm sorry, Rafa. I'm just tired. I love my daughter.
Okay.
Shout out to Sentinels. They know I love them. Let's talk
Sentinels-
about the Flash Wolves composition, though, because the Flash Wolves composition is full pick comp. This is all about finding individual jewels and skirmishes. You have the cask, you have the charm as these heavy engage options, and it's very exciting to me. I'd love to see like a I don't know where you would fit this in. I'd love to see a Varus come out as part of this composition, and I don't know what we're putting in jungle here. Maybe a Jarvan would be fun.
Oh, well, looking like the Darius is making a comeback over here. I think it's all like the Renekton earlier. It's been a while since we've seen him here in the series make an appearance, and it looks like on the side of Flash Wolves, yep, we still have Locking and Eason to get their picks, and wondering what indeed we'll be seeing from Flash Wolves. I feel like, you know, on the side of Alliance, I totally agree with Rafa that they can just pretty much experiment and just give us a good show, I guess. And if they actually manage to take a point, I mean, that's a bonus on them. But right now, they really don't have anything to lose. So I would say, you know, why not? We had an entertaining series yesterday, and it worked out well. I think for everybody involved, I think everybody had a lot of fun. And I think that's like the best note that, like, you know, if Alliance are bowing out of discernment, indeed, that's the best note that they can end on.
Oh my. So we do get the Jarvan. I was looking for Flash Wolves to go full peg composition, full skirmish composition. What that means is basically everyone on the team has a tool to start a fight. And the Senna is actually kind of like Turbo Varus in that regard, because she constantly has that root she can dispense. And what this is going to do is you're going to have a Senna that can farm up via souls. And so the Gragas will take all the farm in the bottom lane and just get bigger and bigger and bigger and go full AP. We've seen this a couple of times. So the Gragas will actually have a disgusting amount of damage, and the Senna will scale into the hyper late game. This is a really fun Flash Wolves composition. I hope we see this during actual tournament play.
Yeah, Senna Gragas is always a little specialty that I love seeing being used more and more in Wild Rift competitive. The first time we actually saw Senna Gragas was over in the EU Origin series, as they just started playing around with the idea of, like, you know what? Why not put a solo laner that is capable of self-sustaining paired along with Senna? Because then that Dragon duo lane becomes an unmovable force. They're not necessarily a lane that shoves you.
Yes, indeed. But now we will jump into Game 2 between Flash Wolves and Alliance. Casters, you guys are up.
Well, thanks a bunch, Miko. We're going into Flash Wolves versus Alliance, and well, Omo, we've already seen what happens. Flash Wolves got that first win. Alliance, they're trying to come in here, trying to tie things up. If they do, Flash Wolves are in for a tougher time. You know, they're not going to stand a chance, or at least their fates are not going to be within their own hands to determine third seed placing. So Flash Wolves want to get this 2-0.
I'm gonna be real with you here, Grandin. The only chance which Flash Wolves do not get 4th seed, where they get 3rd seed, when EVOS drop to 4th seed, is if EVOS lose the game to Geekfed. And I think you can trust the Fates with that one. I feel like the Fates are not gonna let you down there. Not to beat a dead horse, but I mean, we saw EVOS's form today. They did get rolled by SBTC, but SBTC also rolled Divine. So a lot of things for us to keep in mind here, Gaminism. It does seem like we have a serious game, though.
Yeah, I'll take it. You know, I will take that. I think that is a pretty reasonable case. And so, yeah, looking towards EVOS to make a good play. Yeah, yo, you've been giving some good analysis here, Omar. I'm really liking what you've been doing. I think the audience wants you to dance, though. I'm not sure I want to see that. Yesterday was great. Yesterday was great gameplay, but we were training you up to become a play-by-play caster yesterday.
I am. I honestly do feel like it's my true calling, but let's focus on the analysis. Let's focus on the game for a moment here. It does seem like both of these teams are taking this one pretty seriously. They're going for real drafts. I mean, Shizukai, you know, we all know the kind of guy he is. He likes to have a bit of fun. Ysera having a bit of fun as well. And, you know, He's not gonna have a great time here in the Baron lane. It's gonna go pretty even. We see the Darius as a typical weak side pick. But what I want to see is with this mid lane matchup, Ahri, he's gonna always push that Diana. We saw the matchups earlier today, right? We saw Ahri versus Yasuo. It's always, yeah, Ahri will push first. Ahri will push first. And Ahri with that needs to be able to find timings to roam. If they sync up and dive the Baron lane, that's gonna be huge here for Flash Wolves. And we see good trades from Bruce already.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Omo, but I think we saw a Diana show through for Alliance in a previous game up against, I believe it was Divine, where I think it was Raven that was playing.
That's
That
right.
was playing the Diana
So
in
they're
this
competing.
case.
They're
But
trying to see who's the better.
Who's the better
player.
Diana?
And look at this.
Right.
This is exactly what we talked about. They need Shinsekai. He needs to give up the wave because Bruce, he found the timing to rotate. Shinsekai just flashing the thumbs up, flashing the Q because he can't do anything. But there's
look at
kill
these
for Alliance in the
moves,
ball.
though. Absolutely, but look at these moves. Ysera's gonna find level 5
Cancels
off
his
the EXP, and we're just gonna buy some time here because Alliance find first blood down the bottom side, but the gold firmly within their lead, it looks like.
Yeah, they're having a bit of fun here. Shinsekai finally gets to go back to his wave. The poor guy. Becky will come up, make sure it's safe for him to do so, but he's already one level down. It's not going to be a great situation to be in, but of course Darius is the weak side, so he's going to be pretty happy with this one.
Yeah, not much that can be done for the Darius here, right? Darius really isn't going to be able to find much avenue to catch onto the Rivet, especially when he's behind. Thankfully, it's not going to be that much, but the gold difference is going to be quite substantial. The other thing I want to point out was Ozorveki's roam cost him a little bit of EXP and time. So now he's level 4 as well. He's facing off against Bruce, who has been punishing him rather hard in lane. And this is not a great showing, and he's losing a lot of health even before he gets to do anything.
Yeah, it's not a great situation to be in. Well, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, this is just a result of what we've seen so far, right? He gets constantly poked out, chunked out, and once you get Spirit Rush, he gets taken down. Ignite, Moonfall, it's not going to be enough to save him. Shinsekai is trading pretty well in return, but now the problem is his wave is in Narnia. It's stuck in no man's land. He can't go up, he can't touch the wave because he doesn't know where Cookie is. If he does so, he's just going to get dropped or forced to flash. Very tough situation to be in for Shinsekai. Good news is on the other side of the map, it's looking pretty decent for Alliance down here. Raven's going to be free scaling, and Lulu's going to be, free scaling as well. As we see
Oh,
some
there we
action.
go. Raven. Wow, look at that killer instinct intercepted by the body slam. Eason, come on, man. Too good.
Eason too good indeed. He knows where Raven was trying to fly to. Maybe he was just trying to go for CWJ, but we will read a bit more into this and say he's on another level. Some might even say
knew
he's on
what
the
he
next
wanted to go.
level.
Oh, we're going there here, Omo.
Yeah, we
All
are.
right. Nice moves from Eason
Thank you
on
very
the
much.
next level.
Indeed.
Watch out for what he's going to do. He had a great performance on the
Well, I'll tell
Galleon
you what
last
he's
game.
gonna
Now he's
do.
back on the Gragas. What's he going
When
to
you
do?
get to the next level, you have to let yourself in, right? So you have to open the door to your financial freedom and all that jazz.
This is-
I'm
this is
just
too-
stealing jobs out here. I think.
You're stealing
The
jobs,
play-by-play
Omo.
yesterday, the hosting
You-
today.
You don't get paid enough for this, Omo. You gotta,
know, I
you gotta give a
don't.
chance to some other people. You can't do all the roles, man.
Well, if you want to know what roles are available in esports, head on over to oneesports.gg, home of esports heroes.
I can't do it. I can't take this seriously, Omo. I'm done. I'm
trying
packing
my
up.
best
You give
here,
me...
just like Alliance, they're trying their best here as well, picking up the Inferno Dragon right back into it. Gamenism. Last 30 seconds, it was just a fever dream. Jelsen's probably gonna pick this one up. No contest, has Smite available.
Yeah, we'll be able to collect the Infernal Drake for himself pretty quickly. I believe Rift Talent was picked up by the Flash, which is gonna go over the Cookie. In all honesty, I was laughing so hard I wasn't even able to keep my eyes on the screen. And so Alliance now, they're trying to trade top for bottom side. Shinsekai has been playing towards the weak end. Now he's gonna see a bit of a change because he's gone for the Proto Belt, the Rocket Belt, as his boot enchant item.
Rocket Belt?
Different. Yeah, Rocket Belt. Different kind of feel, different kind of feel compared to what we saw the last time around. The last game, where he's gone a little bit more defensive. Now he's really trying to look for the.
To be fair, he is playing a different champion.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Well, it's always gonna be nice to have the Rocket Belt because you get to navigate around, you get to position your first skill better. We did miss it off screen, but Eason somehow gets taken down, burns all his subs, but dies to Alliance bottom lane. 2v2, I think he might have gone a bit too aggressive, tried to flash in. That's my theory. We wouldn't know for sure, but that's fine. Gets taken down off screen yet again. And Alliance right now, gold is pretty even. A lot of that gold is in Raven's pocket. We've been seeing him play very little of this Kai'Sa, if at all, actually, because he's been playing mid lane a lot. There we go. We see what Eason's been doing. Tries to go in aggressively, but he realizes, you know what? We don't have the damage to win this. And
Oh, there we go. But he's covered by the second screen, so it's difficult to see exactly. But it's alright. Let's take a look back to what CWJ is doing. He's running away from the Flash Wolves, so looking to get some control in the mid lane.
Yeah, he is indeed. Woo, Raven trades back a lot of damage right there. I do believe he has the evolution on his Icathian Rain, knowing the names of spells. Yeah, and we do see a bit of an all-in though. This might be bad for Bruce.
Yeah, Zoroveki, he's gonna jump back in. He did have the Crescent Slash across before, so Bruce gets the charm off, finds decent damage onto Diana. That's the 8th coming across. Now Zoroveki, that's the statement you gotta make. Raven, watch your back, man.
Raven, watch your back, man. Let's not forget that Zoroveki is the starting lane. But he does take down Bruce. And CWJ gets caught.
Yeah, CWJ is gonna end up facing off against Eason, who's looking for some revenge in the mid lane. It's Ysera jumping back in, finds the knockout, finds the damage to take him down, but the turret will almost drop him, but he's still alive through it all. SSK now running it down the mid lane, Flashes jumping in with the Cataclysm. It's a beautiful knockup from the dragon, from the flagging drag.
He lives.
Unfortunately, I think it's just about that. Jocelyn comes in, he survives as well.
Yeah, Jocelyn gets in, gets out, gets the kill, has the flash, but that's gonna be okay. Look at Raven's damage. It's really starting to build up right here. We know he's an aggressive player, likes to play on the edge. The Kaiser's gonna give him just the opportunities to do that. 6k gold as well. He's the richest one in the game. Alliance, we talked about how they still need to win this game. It's not a for fun game. There are still standings involved. If they win, Flash Wolves, they have no chance to get 3rd seed. They get dropped to 4th seed. You know what that means? They get dropped to the lower bracket from the get-go. No second life.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot more difficult playing from that angle. I mean, at this point, right, there is some consideration of which opponent you kind of want to face. The fact that SBTC were able to leapfrog their way up to the forefront of the competition is quite a nice showing from them. Alliance here really are just looking to see if they can try and play spot a little bit, get some more experience. I mean, they had a pretty decent running overall. I mean, 0-2-2, it's not a bad score.
To be fair,
you know,
in the
just
group of death, this is kind of where we expected them to make
exactly.
Right. It's a little bit underwhelming. It's a little bit sad, given that this is supposed to be the super team. But at the end of the day, you've got to consider the context of Group B as we see some action.
Well, the context of Group B is a lot of action. Maybe
It
not
has
as much
been
as
a
we were
lot of
hoping for.
action. If we discount the last 2 games from Group A yesterday, Group B has definitely been more action-packed.
Absolutely, and also partly comes down to the playstyle of teams as Raven. Oh, they're too clean. Look at him sidestepping all the spells. He doesn't care about any of this.
It doesn't count anymore, huh?
Oh, don't do him dirty like that, Omo. Johnson's gonna walk back into the mid side. Eason once again looking to catch on to CWJ, but he's dodging away from Charm. Johnson's running back in. This is how the Olaf. This is the Olaf that keeps bending out against them. But Raven, he's gonna go too far forward, get caught out, and he's taken down finally. And Sarah, he's back in here to play, but the mid lane is going to be up, and so he's still just gonna back off.
Yeah, a bit ambitious there from Jelson and Raven. Jelson missing out on the undertow charges means that Raven will just fly into his death. Flash Wolves to get the mid lane turret. They're still a little bit down in gold, but they will pick up this dragon for themselves, and that's gonna be Flash Wolves starting to claw their way back into this one. You know, last game, we talked about scaling. We talked about how it was distinctly, strongly in Flash Wolves' favor. This time around, though, I think it's a little bit more even. We do have the Kaiser Lulu if you want to talk about late game, and that's always going to be a serious threat.
Yeah, being able to find additional damage. Yeah, being able to find additional damage with this Kai'Sa in the late game is what's going to tip the scale over in the Alliance's favor. Being able to take down some of the squishy amendments on the side of Flash was the fact that Ysera is not playing for much of a bruiser kind champion, still playing for that Riven. A little bit easier to take down. Johnson, though, is going to be on this Olaf, and it's, well, we haven't got to see quite as much from them as of late. So a little bit difficult to truly assess where his strengths are going to be at. That being said, though, Alliance have been able to at least hold on to this early game, and so it's still pretty even as we continue to advance further. And I say that, but Jelson and Zoroveki are caught too deep in the enemy jungle. Flash Wolves will punish them.
Caught in no man's land.
Alright, there we have it. Yeah, you were having a drink.
I was having a drink. I got caught in no man's land as well.
Yeah, you were caught unexpected. Same can be said for Alliance. While Flash Wolves on the mid side trying to punish CWJ, who's burnt both his sums to escape. Shitsukai still off in the side lane, trying to split push, maybe build some space for his team, but Flash Wolves definitely don't feel the pressure yet.
Flash Wolves, they do not. They're happy scaling it up. They know they have the Gragas. They know they have the Santa. We saw Eason's late game Galio. He was a beast. He was a carry. And this time around, his Gragas is very much looking the same way. Don't forget as well, we talked about Riven and how Riven is the strongest scaling top laner in the game. He's getting bullied a little bit by Shinsekai right now, despite having a 1-item lead. But that's going to be fine because he's confident in being able to just scale up.
Yeah, and look at CWJ, who's consistently been walking forward, getting caught, and it's gonna be the Dawning Shadow that comes across to take him out. I mean, just such hyper aggression. It still feels like he's trying to play for the Gragas, the Galio, stuff like that. Doesn't feel like he's fully got in the mindset of Lulu here.
Yeah, he doesn't quite realize that, you know, this time around, I can't really be doing this, and they're not really on the same page yet again. It seems to be a common trend, a recurring sign here for Alliance. They're not always on the same page, and that's a bit of a tragedy because they do have some really good players. And we do talk about how, you know, too many cooks in the kitchen can sometimes be your downfall. That's kind of the story of Alliance we see here this split. Of course, they do still want to tie this one up. I think the scoreline would look a little bit better if they have 3 draws instead of 3 losses. We'll have to see how this one plays out, though. We do talk about how Flash Wolves, they're pulling ahead, and they will scale.
Absolutely, Alliance are looking for this chance, this opportunity to find something here, anything, honestly. Just make the scoreline look a little bit better by the end of the SEA Championship, and it looks like Zorbek might be the one to make that happen. Unfortunately, Bruce is gonna get away, gonna get topped up by the heel. Easton coming in clutch, Cookie for backup.
Cookie for backup, and Flash Wolves, they are in sync. They are on the same page. They are playing together. Alliance, though this game may not matter for them anymore, it's looking like a bit of a solo queue game for them here.
Hey, Omo,
Yes.
I think it's time to update that expression on the same page. I don't think that counts anymore. They are on the same window or the same tab. I let you pick.
You can still say page because web pages are a thing.
Yeah, but they're in the game right now, so it's like you're in a
They're
app
on the
tab
same
or-
level. No one on their
Oh.
team is on the next level or on the previous level.
Ah, right. Well, we're looking to see which team can get onto the next level in this competition. For sure, as we continue this one out, it's about 13 minutes in. Baron's available, so Alliance and Flash Wolves trying to play towards it and make sure they have the safety. But honestly, it doesn't even feel like Flash was pressurized. They don't quite
Here we
care
go.
about it. Anything could happen. They're trying to jump on the Proust now, but look at him. He still has a Spirit Rush.
One
That's
more.
the second one
3.
being expanded.
That's it.
But the one, the Flash across the undertow and the reckless swings takes down the Arian. Let's see if Alliance can convert this into something else.
Let's see what they can do. Indeed, they're looking for Eason, but he's a tanky boy. He's just gonna get knocked away. Do Alliance want to flip it on the Baron right now? Looks like they do.
They started up. I mean, Raven, he has a lot of the gold, a lot of the power. It means Flash Wolves are in here trying to contest for this pit. Easton is walking in. Look at how low CWJ is. SSK pulls and locking flashes forward, trying to take him down. But I'm not sure this is
Go.
enough. Raven dashes in with the
reset.
Killer Instinct. They do manage to find the center first. Black and Drag comes across. And Zorbek finds some damage. It's Sarah.
What's going
He's
on?
massive as the Raven, but it's a double killer comes across. Raven is popping off in game 2.
He is indeed, with the support of the Lulu, with the front line, Darius, Olaf. And of course, you can't forget the moon from Diana as well. This is a big iffy situation. Bruce is back and they have to just reset. They do lose the inside track on mid lane, which means this might be tier 2 dropping.
Might be tier 2 dropping indeed. Teleport had to be committed by Bruce though, so at the very least, Alliance do find a little bit of respite with that. Unfortunately, I believe Dragon will go over to the Flash Force. Jelson won't be able to make his way over in time. Interesting situation happened there, and it feels like Alliance needed to reset immediately. The fact that they stayed on the Baron kind of cost
There
it.
we go. Look at this start off. It's a really good start from Shinsekai because he gets the stacks. Problem is, he barely misses out on enough damage to get the reset. If he does, this would be like a quadra kill right now. He would dunk everybody. But it was a close situation. There was a good AoE, which means Moonfall, Olaf, Kai'Sa, they're all super effective in these close quarters. And it looks like it's going to be a trap here from Alliance right now.
I mean, we've seen what happened with SSK in his own Icon series. He got the Spenta kill. SSK
He did.
maybe looking for it again. Here we have it. Bruce over the sidelines, going to take down CWJ. That's the Wild Growth still unexpanded. The burden of the carry is down onto Raven and
Moonfall fails.
Zorbeki trying to set it up. But the Moonfall better clip them. Zorbeki flashes over the blue buff wall. Sarah Harden's tails takes him down. They lock down Raven. Eyes on the carry. They've
Raven.
taken down SSK. Now moving on to the Kai'Sa who Killer Instincts into the back. But it's only so much he can get done. It's a killing spree for Eason.
It is indeed, and Flash Wolves, they turned this one around. Alliance had a great start to the first Baron team fight. This time they falter, they make individual mistakes. They were camping for Flash Wolves, but it was them who got caught. CWJ gets caught, dies without using the Wild Growth. Vaki gets in the backline, but Wild Growth does not catch onto anyone with this inhibitors in the sights of Flash Wolves.
Absolutely. Mid lane inhibitor going to go down first. The rest of the lanes, minion waves are not in position, so they won't be able to convert that for more Alliance tanking their lucky stars. That is the case. But Flash Wolves still quite happy about that. They have 2 of the Drakes, and the third one going to be that Elder Mountain. It's just going to be a pick of the litter. They get to decide if they want to go fight for the Elder Drake or they play for the Baron instead.
I think it will likely be the Baron here. I feel like that's the condition right now, given that there's a bit more time before the Elder Drake comes up. And both of these teams, they just want to fight. And we see the effectiveness of Ahri, the effectiveness of Charm. I really like when Bruce is on playmaking champions, when he can set the tempo of the game. Of course, he's great at carries, but look at what he does when he has the ability to make plays, to be proactive. And I think that that's exactly what Flash Wolves need here. Locking comes back into the roster, plays a lot of Senna now, adding that to the repertoire I think is exactly what Flash Wolves need. And this is looking like a Flash Wolves who are a little bit revitalized. I wouldn't say they're out of the woods just yet. We need to see a little bit more from them because they've been consistently disappointing us when it counts. They do barely manage to slip their way into playoffs, but it's not enough for a team like Flash Wolves, as distinguished with the pedigree. We need to see more from them.
Once again, never quite enough for Mr. Omo here. They work their way into the play-ins, make their way through groups, confirm a spot in the playoffs. Still not enough for them, and they're always compared to their older cousin, the Buriram United.
Make it the playoffs.
I mean, compared against Buriram United, surely, but take a look back towards mid lane because Flash Wolves have found the catch on the Raven. They're still trying to kite back, looking to take down Ysera, but he has Guardian Angel, so it's going to be difficult to take him down. Raven in the back line gets knocked back by the Blast Cone. He's going to flash on the wall, trying to reposition against the Flash Wolves while running them down and taking down SSK. And it's just down to Azor Viking trying to equalize back even just for one. But against Locking, that won't be the case. It's just down to Raven. Flash Wolves knocking on the best base, moving on to the Nexus. It's going to be a 2-0. I'm stumbling over my words here, Omo, because Flash Wolves have made me lose my words.
They've made you lose your words. They've made Alliance lose their minds, and they turned the game around yet again from slow